Good afternoon, traders. It is Thursday, October 23rd, 2014, and the U.S. stock market is closed. We had a crazy day today. You should never listen too much to Trader Baba's predictions about the Dow Jones Industrial Average, because this is truly an insane market. And I think I called the market down for today. Well, if you were watching it didn't go down. Dow Jones was up over 300 points at one point today. I mean, we don't have many days like that in a year, and it was just exploded today. Very, very powerful market, and it did come back quite a bit. Ended up closing up 216. Now, normally we would say, closing 216 is really a move, but considering that it was up over 100 points higher than that, and it pulled back, it kind of makes it a different kind of market to look at. And I'm not going to predict tomorrow. I'll tell you that. And for a day that the Dow Jones had such a powerful move, you would think we'd be making tons of money. Well, we didn't make tons of money today. You recall that we only had two positions coming into today, and they were negative yesterday on the close. So what happened is we closed out negative 1688. Well, one of the trades we closed out was good, but one of them was really bad. Now I'll be showing that to you in the charts in just a second. We are holding positive $1,151 going into tomorrow. Again, that's pretty small when you look at the way the overall market went. We got into 15 positions. 8 of them are positive, 7 are negative. That's about right, but we didn't have any outliers, and it was pretty much the bad canceling out the good. Now, I'm not really worried about tomorrow. I mean, we could still have a really good day tomorrow with those 15 positions. We just got to wait and see what happens. But I'll tell you how the game works. What we like to see is get into 15, 16, 20 positions even when the overall market or the Dow goes up maybe 20 points. And then we're holding all those positions when the dang thing goes up 200, 300 points. That's when we made 30, 40, even $50,000. But the thing is, we only had a couple positions coming in today, and then we did all this buying with the market so high. And some of that buying we did when the Dow was up like 300 points or so, and of course it pulled back from there. And that's why we have 7 negatives in our portfolio of 15 that we're holding. Anyway, I'm not at all discouraged by this. Early in October, when we were seeing all this volatility with the Dow going up 200 points one day and then down 200 points the next, back and forth. I told you this was really rough to trade, impossible to trade. However, I like to see the volatility. Volatility is what makes us profitable. And so even though we didn't make much money or any money today, I love this volatility, and this volatility is going to turn into big profits for us. Anyway, let's take a look at the charts. Okay, we're looking at the Dow here, and you can see this huge run-up that we had in just a few days. And keep in mind that we made almost $100,000 in that run-up in just a few days. That run-up was about 700-800 points in the Dow. Just really a powerful move. Of course, we had the we had this kind of pullback yesterday, and that hurt us, as you heard me say when we made the video yesterday. And then of course, because this thing closed on the low, I was predicting that we would see more selling today. Well, look at this thing. It just exploded. This thing went up like 200 points the first 15 minutes of the day. And then up here, as I say, I think it was up like 320 or something like that. And then it did pull back the last hour or so and pulled back over 100 points there. Still a very, very big day. I will tell you this, I keep telling you this is a bull market on steroids, and nothing would confirm that more than the kind of action we had today. We still have lower prices. These prices are still considerably off the old, the record highs, and buyers are still coming in there perceiving these prices as being bargain prices, and so the buying is very, very strong, and we wouldn't have this if this was not a bull market. So I am encouraged by this, although actually, as I say, just like I said yesterday, I don't mind it when this thing goes down, because we make a lot of money when it turns around and moves up, and we just didn't have things going quite right with us in the last 3 days here, and so we didn't make the money today that maybe we should have. Instead of just showing you charts of the winning trades we had some winning trades today. I'm going to show you something I think is a little more interesting and might allow me to, explain a little better just how we trade our system. So I'm going to show you I have two stocks right side by side here. This first one is WLT, that's Walter Energy, and this was one of the two positions that we were holding coming into the day, and it was the one that really took the wind out of our sails. We got a pretty good trade in Vishap this morning, but we got slammed in Walter Energy. And what happened yesterday, this is of course the worst case scenario. We bought the high tick in Walter Energy yesterday, right up there at the very top, and of course within an hour it was already just absolutely killing us. And so we came in today with a fairly large loss, over $3,000 open trade equity, and it actually tried to rally a little. It was looking fairly decent, then like within 20 minutes, bam, down it comes, and we get, after having bought nearly the high tick of the day, we ended up getting stopped out on almost a low tick, and that the net loss there was over $4,000. So that was just a nightmare trade. Now, to make matters worse, to really add insult to injury, look what happened to this thing after we got stopped out down here. It just goes up and up. It's profitable up there. It's not a $4,000 loss. It's probably getting close to a $1,000 win up there. And when this happens, it can really be discouraging. This is the kind of trade that just makes you want to tear out your hair, throw the system in the trash can, and never take a trade again. Because everything that's bad happens with this trade. And of course, it's real easy to look at this as, well, maybe this isn't a good place to put a stop. They ran our stops. We lost $4,000 plus. Something's wrong with what you're doing with stops. And I admit that if you look at this stock and look at this chart, that's what you're going to think. But now I want to show you the other side of this. And now we're looking at another another stock that was very active today. That was Yelp. And I just want to back up maybe 4 days and show you we had bought Yelp back here. We got out of it the next day, and we made about $1,300 on this little trade right here. And then we got back into Yelp on a re-entry, which is always, re-entries kind of test your your psychology some, because it doesn't seem right whenever they happen. Anyway, we got into this, and then yesterday this thing jumps way up, and we're up a couple $1,000 positive on Yelp on the open yesterday, but then it starts selling off and selling off and selling off, and again our stop. Our exit strategy comes in here, and we got out of there, and I think we were negative like $90. Okay, so that's not a big loss, but still it seems like a big loss from where we were up here, where we were up about $2,000. Again, so if you're thinking maybe our stops aren't in the right place, now let me show you. This is where what happened to Yelp today. And by following that policy of taking our stops where our stops are, which is what we did over here, and it looks so bad over here, I'm going to tell you, that saved us $14,000 because that's exactly where we would have been getting out down here, and that would have cost us $14,000. So all I'm saying here with this little lecture is follow the system. Hey, it's not always right. It sometimes causes losses, but on balance, the system makes money, and just thank God we got out of Yelp yesterday, followed the system, because it did no damage to us at all, and it would have been an absolutely killer trade today, and I would have been moaning and groaning to you in this video. As it is, we just basically had a break-even day, but I'm excited about all the volatility. It's gonna show up in big profits for us very soon again. Anyway, that was it for Thursday. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday.